Okay, we are now at Paul's other property in Sequim, Washington. Just checking out some of the stuff that he has here. We have some corn growing. You can see it's coming up in the stalks here pretty well. Even though these are all really short, it's still growing ears of corn already. It's pretty interesting. Here we have some more corn growing. And what is this? I want to say this is that fig? What kind of tree is this? Anybody have an idea? I want to say this is a fig tree. And I really think that this is, what, rhubarb? These leaves are enormous. Probably like 1.5 feet, 2 foot across. No, they gotta be more than that. Probably about 2 feet across on these leaves. Here we have some more apples. Just look at how many apples there are on each of these. These things are getting big too. I think here we have some cabbage. This is what it kind of looks like. It looks like a head of something there. Some more of the apple trees. Another little start here. And more apples. Here's a different type of apple here. We haven't seen these yet. And I think this is a peach tree. Is that what this is? These little peaches. Another apple tree, and here we have a pear tree. Look how many pears are on this thing. Here is where it looks like Paul keeps all of his spare wood chips. How many truckloads of chips this is. That's probably piles about 4 to 5 feet tall at some points. Just huge piles of wood chips. I'm so jealous. Okay, here's some kind of melon. Anybody know what that is? Another little one there. Here's a bigger one. Right here. He's got a whole patch of those. He's got this whole bush here full of berries, and I don't know what kind of berries these are. If anybody does, let me know. I want to say these might be huckleberries, but I doubt Paul would be planting them in his vegetable garden if they weren't edible. So I really want to say they're huckleberries. And here we have some blackberries. And I've had some pretty bad blackberries recently, so I'm kind of anxious to see what a back to Eden garden blackberry tastes like. Oh, that's sweet. That's how a blackberry should taste. Yeah, we're getting another one of those. Excuse me, guys. And here we have something growing. And here is something else. I want to say this is what, turnips? What is that? Might be turnips. We have some kale over there. I recognize that anywhere now. Before I started making these videos, I couldn't tell you kale from anything else, but oh, that stuff's so good. Just wandering around. Probably get a talking to here in a second from this car that's pulling up behind me. Paul recognizes me and knows me a bit. His renters don't. Here's some tomatoes. And you can see how he just lays them down here on the ground. He doesn't really stack them up anywhere. Let's get a couple of these. More piles from the wood chips. Here, I want to say this is maybe some kind of lettuce, or it's some kind of weed. It's just kind of on the side of the road, and it looks like it keeps getting run over here. Oh, here's something I wanted to show you guys. This is how rocky his property here is. Underneath all of that, where all of this lush stuff is growing, it's all this. So you can have this as your starting point, then cover it with wood chips, and soon you will be growing food. Oh, here's this grass clippings maybe? Some hay or something like that. Looks like it's just grass clippings that he used to add on top of the wood chips under one of his trees. Okay, here's some tomatoes that he did stake up. Not really stake up, he just kind of wrapped a couple of the bigger plants, bigger stems, to these metal poles. These are a lot bigger than my tomatoes at home. Well, some of them. Look at all of these. Perfect order. Oh, I love that. Here's some more. It's just fantastic. They just grow exactly where they're supposed to grow. I wonder what kind of tomatoes these are. I'm in love with these now. I don't know if you guys know, but I have OCD and even is good, and that is like the best plant ever in the world. I have to figure out what that is. Now here's one that I don't recognize. It kind of looks like tomato, just because of the little stems there, but these things are like purple or black. These are black. What are these? Any of you guys out there know? Well, it's gotta be a tomato. Just never seen a black tomato before. I'm gonna take one of these though. Look at that. What is that? Huh. It's very interesting, that's what it is. Here we have some more, what is this, cucumber? Zucchini? One of the two. Growing here. Oh wow, look how huge these beans here are. Either beans or peas. Look at that thing. That's seriously no joke, like the length of my hand. That's pretty cool. Wow. You see here how Paul lets all of his tomatoes just grow right on the ground. I mean, he gets a couple of them sticked up here, but for the most part, all of these are just laying right on the ground. It's still green and flowering like mine are, so I don't feel too bad anymore that not all of mine have turned red yet. Even though I don't see any, I think this is a strawberry patch at Paul's Sequim house. Yeah, it's strawberries. I think these are... Well, he said that he had some everbearings here, but I don't see any flowers or anything on any of these, any strawberries at all, so they might be in a different spot. I just haven't found yet. Okay, well, this is the other property that he has some renters living at, where he is growing some more food. There you go. That's all I have for this trip. Had to cut it short because of all the preppers that were visiting Paul's place today. Absolutely not going to get them on tape. So I didn't really get much footage today, but I did learn a lot. And thanks to all of the APN preppers that I met today. Thanks for the info, the talks. I met Farm Girl. That was kind of cool. Well, that's all I have for this trip. As always, comment, rate, subscribe, and we'll see you guys later.